That bridge is shut. I don't believe that. I've got to go back and I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Welcome back everyone to the London No Roads mission. My insane attempt to cross Greater London without walking down a single road, no matter how uninviting the alternative may be.
The tunnel of death. Oh God.
In part 1, you saw me grapple with Victorian bridges, float over dirty canals, and scale many a dizzying fence, confusing many a London resident in the process, and at one point almost abandoning the mission. But the thing is, I've barely got going. In this episode, I enter the busy, highly urban and highly fortified core of my 30-mile route, starting with my most feared obstacle of the mission. This lovely little primary school, rightly surrounded with huge fences to keep all the weirdos out. I'd actually tried to call them and email them to arrange a safe passage through in exchange for a charity donation, but received no reply.
Thank you for calling.
Well, I tried.
Leaving me no option but to climb through.
I think we just crack on and do it, don't we? Let's see how doable it is. Can't see anyone in there. I might not be able to get over this. This is very dodgy. I don't like that.
When climbing a spiky fence, it's very important that you've got multiple anchor points to keep you stable at all times. The only thing I really had to anchor myself with here though was the wobbly mesh fence on the right hand side of your screen.
It's not great, mate. I don't like how wobbly this is at all.
I managed to get my second foot over, but my momentum and the wobbliness of the fence took me down. As you can see, both hands were still firmly clutched onto the top of the fence. The question is, do you think it could take my weight?
Thankfully that held then. Shit me. Okay, we're in the school, so we've got to go quick. There's another fence which I didn't expect. There might be trigger cameras here, anything like that. I'm going to climb this. There won't be anyone here, it's Easter, but me, that's a tall fence. Shit! That is so much taller than it looked on the internet. Oh, I don't like that. Gotta do it though, mate. You're trapped now. You've gotta do it. So f***ing loud. Oh. Okay. Okay, you're a pro. It's official. Okay. Now, into this housing estate. It's non-stop. No one gives a shit. Can I get through here? You're right.
I was now on a residence walkway, and I wasn't entirely sure where it was taking me. The view down at the bottom of the stairs didn't fill me with confidence either.
I thought there was a way through here.
But thankfully, these particular double yellers met in the middle.
Oh yes, buzzing. Yes. This is a serious patch of obstacles, isn't it? But I'm getting through it. You alright, mate? Getting through it, and there's just NPCs everywhere, just oblivious. Now, is it through that gate? That does look enticing. No, I need to go around here, weirdly, so that I can go over to that bush there by crossing this one, then crossing this one, and then crossing this one diagonally. And look at that for a view of the city. Right, Rectory Gardens, what are you saying? I don't remember this at all. I don't know if it's the adrenaline, but I'm just forgetting everything.
Unfortunately for me though, things weren't about to get much easier.
I think we've got to climb through another sort of apartment complex. Now, don't say it's there. Don't say it's there, mate. It bloody is, isn't it? You no. Oh, there's a man up there as well, Bill Sykes type character. Oh, Jesus, and look at this barbed wire. No way, man. No way. Surely I go down here. That's the thing, I could walk around this corner and it's fine. Or it might not be. It's just like an absolute whirlwind. This is the canal, you see. Ah, but maybe, yeah. I think I can go up there, can't I? Yeah, I can't walk. I could walk down the canal. It's less than 50 metres, but yeah, it's no one's garden. So I'm going to try and stay as true as I can to my route. And the choppers are out after me, but I am going up for absolutely no apparent reason. It will seem. Oh, that's slippy. Ah, cramp. Okay. How f***ing dodgy were those two fences, by the way? I don't know which one was worse. I think I am in people's gardens here, actually. Good, you? Sweet, sweet. Just climbing through, sorry. I've got a bit lost. Just here. Okay. Now, what was it now?
I'd now arrived at a tricky little section which was basically a load of blocked off railway arches surrounded by half road, half driveways. The plan was to zigzag around the bridge on the canal path and mission through this apartment complex. But there was one problem with that. There was no canal path.
Oh no, 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 no. No, I can't do that. Or can I? Okay, maybe it is possible. I need to get down there. Oh my god, it's one thing after the other. No, how can I do that? Look at the other side.
Sustaining another one of these wounds and then plopping into green canal water wasn't high on my to-do list. So I headed west to option B, the only unblocked railway arch, to see if this option was actually workable.
Is this a road?
It was technically, but I figured by crossing here and using this raised path, I was avoiding it. More importantly, the whole thing was less than 50 metres anyway. And when I reached the raised area at the end of the court, I was even more glad to have picked the option that I did.
That's a bit mad. I was going to have to jump off that. That's very high to jump off. So I've avoided that. And now on we go. Okay. The choppers. Surely not after me. With all the knife crime around in this city. Now. Yeah. Over here.
It was then over a footbridge and into a small park called Ropemaker's Field, where I finally got the sense that I could relax a bit.
I think I'm past the worst of it. I think it's all now, because we're so close to Canary Wharf, I think it's just sort of proper paths for a bit. The gloves can come off. Man, did I need them back there.
I did need to tramp through some foliage to reach the very corner of the park to minimise the road crossing and stay as true to the spirit of the mission as possible.
But again, to anyone looking, it's just like, why? Why are you doing that? What have you stashed in there? But yet again, no one gives a shit. That's where we're going.
And through this alleyway, a brand new, hopefully much more normal chapter of the mission awaited.
And in a moment, guys, you're going to see the Thames. This is where people do mudlarking and find old Victorian pipes and bits of jewellery. But yeah, this is where we reach the Thames. The tide is right out. Look at that. Feels great to have reached this point and still be going strong. It's not quite halfway, but it sort of feels like the halfway point. My original plan was to kayak across this, which, to be fair, is pretty calm today, apart from the massive boats that come past. But I found another way, and it involves snaking through Canary Wharf.
As you can see, the Thames path only goes so far until it hits private boatyards and warehouses. So my route cuts in here and takes advantage of the huge network of gentrified docks that is Canary Wharf, whose pathways and bridges should in theory take me down to the Millwall dock, into Mudchute Park and down to the Greenwich foot tunnel to cross the Thames.
I could go into Wetherspoons and have a pint. Yeah, I am doing that, even though I'm behind schedule because I just need a pint.
And after a leisurely 700-metre jog along the river, it was time to cut inland again.
Okay, we leave the river and head inland to the docks. No surprises, please.
And by no surprises, I meant no construction sites. Since 1989, Canary Wharf has been synonymous with high-rise development in the UK. And at any given time there will be several construction projects active and ongoing.
It's an insane place, this. Just gotta hope that all these paths are not blocked off. No construction work going on.
But I was to get no such luck.
See, we don't want any of this nonsense. No, no. Me. Don't say this is going to take me onto a road now. Why do I have to open my big gob?
This passage led me onto some paddle courts which I had to hug the edge of to avoid the adjacent road. All I could hope for was that the next right turn would take me back to the dock, but there was more ominous, colourful boarding up ahead.
This is all part of that construction. Surely I can't turn right here. No. This is typical, man. Absolutely typical. Oh, it looks really doable, man.
And it got worse.
I did see a bridge here. That bridge is shut. I don't believe that. You've got to be kidding me. And that's a Wetherspoons. You have got to be joking. I've got to go back and I don't know what I'm going to do apart from climb through this. So you see, these are the curveballs, man. The bit that was guaranteed to be easy. And it looks like there might be a way if I go all the way back to this big roundabout thing, cross over that. If I can get into this Columbus courtyard, I can get onto the dock and back round. I'll try and do that then, but I need to get my skates on.
So it was back to the river and upstream to West Ferry Circus to try an ad hoc plan B.
I don't even know if this is going to work, guys. Fingers crossed this works. So far so good.
And on the other side of its perfect geometry, there was a huge moment of truth.
I need to get through those doors. Guys, this is make or break. Please, 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 let me get through these doors. If this slidey glass door doesn't open, it could be mission failed. Oh, it's not a slidey glass door. Even better. Buzzing, nothing to worry about. Don't say that, Tom. Look, because there's more construction going on everywhere. No, 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 no. You are not. Lift. There's a lift. Right, I'm getting this lift. You got it, mate? Yeah. Oh yes, Columbus Courtyard. Buzzing. Columbus Courtyard, that's where I wanted to go, isn't it? But this is the thing, all this construction, and I can't be climbing through things like that. I feel like I'm pushing my luck now. Last resort, yeah, I will. I'm in a lift. That's funny, isn't it? In order to cross London without walking down the road, I needed to enter a lift. That was like crucial.
Except it was completely pointless.
That lift was crucial. Oh no. No! What are you talking about? This isn't Columbus Courtyard. I was on Columbus Courtyard. Ah, for
So it was back into the lift to take a deep breath and ponder the inevitable headache that waited for me around the corner.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it out of Columbus Courtyard. Let's find out. God, this is just non-stop. Well, firstly, how big's this drop? No, that's the road and it's huge. There needs to be a way out of this. No, that's a road and I can't get through here. Fisherman's Walk that way. I don't bloody believe this. This is absolutely ridiculous. Because I might actually have to climb through this, guys, unfortunately. Yeah, I want to be just not far. So I'm having a look. There is that security guard walking around there, isn't there? Oh my god. I've got to do it. I've got to do it, guys. There's just no getting around it. Okay. Quick, quick, quick. Yes, thank you very much. No, thank you very much. And up, 2, 3, and we're over. That was sick. Come on, admit it. That was crucial, at least.
Then, whilst gliding past the fancy corporate fountains of Cabot Square, I remembered something about the security in Canary Wharf. They were basically like the police, except they actually roamed the streets.
I do need to keep a jog on, because I think the security around Canary Wharf cover quite a big area. So if I get kicked off, I could be kicked off of all of it, all of these paths, and then it really is mission over. So if anyone was watching those cameras, then they might be looking for me. Yes, that was Wetherspoons. I just feel like it would be stupid now to stop for a pint, because we are so behind.
On top of the security and the time stresses, I also had to try and figure out how the hell to navigate back over to the South Dock.
Looks like I've got quite a long way round now just to get back to where I was. Just got to dig in and I'll get there. And there's some more security here. Canary Wharf security. Oh dear. Well, they clearly haven't been radioed. You alright, mate? Good. Because if you're alright, I'm alright. No.
I was fully winging it here, but an opportunity to pass through this big bank building was denied.
No, can't get in those doors.
So it was back into Jubilee Park, where I decided to go underground. Canary Wharf Underground Station, to be precise, which I exited here in order to pass through this building, which was also closed for some reason.
Shit! Oh my god, this is like infuriating.
What I didn't know though, stupidly,
Well, where the hell does all this lead?
was that beneath the station was a huge labyrinth of a shopping centre. Surely all I needed to do was navigate as south as possible within it, and hopefully there'd be an exit.
Surely this will work. Probably shouldn't run or get told off, but I'm just praying that this pops me out now on that dock. Really, I'm going to go mad if it doesn't. I'm getting so frustrated. It's so close yet so far, and this is just Wagamama's. Where does this go? I'm just trying anything now. I'm starting to think, guys, that I might have to split this up into 2 days.
But then, just as the corridors were becoming eerily quiet and private looking,
Yes, that's what I wanted. Get in. Oh, okay. Now I can get that bridge there. Buzzing.
on the bridge I got a good view of the other side of the original construction site, which part of me was wishing I'd just climbed through, and on the far side of it, it was people that became the problem.
I'm literally getting slowed down by just footfall now. Nope.
The bodies began to clear, but the moment I dipped south again towards the Millwall dock, those dreaded colourful boards re-emerged.
And there's more construction fences. That is not a good sign. And then we might be alright.
But this one was a false alarm, and once I was under the supports of South Quay Station, it was a wonderfully relaxed jog down the wide, spacious, boat-lined paths of the huge inner and outer Millwall docks, and before I could really take it in...
Ah, we're up here. You alright?
You going to mud shoot?
No, what's that? Okay, need to stop chatting to people, as nice as they may be. Under the railway tracks. And up there, yeah. Oh, lovely. That is genuinely lovely. Fair play. And into Mudshoot. Great name. And yeah, I'm moving quick. It's amazing how quick you start to move when there's nothing to slow you down.
I did get a little bit confused whilst trying to cross from Mudshoot Park into Millwall Park, but I was soon out of the bushes and onto its presumably blood-soaked pitches.
Millwall Park, fuck me, son.
I don't want no trouble, mister. Honest.
Right, there might be a bit of nonsense just before the tunnel. Let's find out if I'm right. So it's this alleyway here for a start. Yep, looking good. No, that's it, yeah. This is where we get the famous Victorian pedestrian tunnel under the Thames. I've never been down here, let's check it out. Is it free? Yeah, it's free. Wow, we're in. This is mad. Wish I'd have found out a bit more about this. I believe it was built sort of 1890-ish, but it's all brick. It's got to be about 400 metres long, right under the Thames. Amazing feat of engineering for the time, I'm sure. Yeah, people still drop dog shit down here, of course.
At the other end though, a much more impressive sight.
Wow, I was not expecting that. I knew it was a ship, but that's pretty amazing. And that's the most British thing you'll ever see. Wow, what a great little place to come out for the day. Where am I going though? I don't know. This way, I think. And actually the next place I'm heading is arguably even more significant. Greenwich Mean Time. That's it, that's the line. I like a straight line at the best of times, but when it's Eastern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere, doesn't get much better than that. Is it? That's what it is, isn't it? I don't actually fully know.
It wasn't that at all, with the actual Meridian line running a few hundred metres to the east.
It's bloody significant though, take my word for it. Huge naval history. Henry VIII was born here. I just read that on the floor. And I'm heading right down the line, guys. This is predictable, isn't it? And up that grass in the distance. That grass being Greenwich Park, I believe it's called. Pretty quick moving, fly through there. Then there's a cluster of tricky little bits that I'm a bit worried about. Then I meet Ed again and we enter the river. We enter the river Ravensbourne. We were hoping to be in the river at sort of 1:30, 2 latest. It's gonna be more like 2:30, 3. So it is a worry because there's so much more to do. Defo gonna be dark by the end of the day. But let's just hope I can get to Ed in a reasonable time.
A plan that didn't exactly start well.
You've got to be joking me. This ain't shut, surely. I'm not the only one who wants to get out, but that is really annoying. I've got to climb over that. Yep, I've got to climb over that. Great. Feels like heresy. Oh dear. What am I supposed to do? I mean, the Queen's house. Whoops. Sorry, Liz. Liz number 1.
Thankfully, there were no security guards stationed in and around these historic walls, and although the walls themselves were doing their best to slow me down, I was able to hop my way over them.
Sorry guys, but you leave me no choice.
And with this final fence, my mini Meridian straight line mission, which wasn't actually along the Meridian at all, was over.
London is just such a big city, isn't it? Stating the obvious, I know, but I've been at this all day. It's 2 o'clock now and I'm halfway through it. Getting to the point now where I don't really know if I should be running either, really, because my legs are starting to tire. Still going to be more fences to do, guys, and if I'm cramping up it could be a different story. And to add to that, this hill has just made me realise that technically it's all uphill from here, isn't it? Pretty much.
But even that had its perks.
Check that out. What a view. Okay, I leave the park here. Need this to be an alleyway, and looks like it is accessible. Good. Huh? I think We're actually entering quite a lovely area here. Very high house prices. Can't remember the name of it. Morden, is it? A little bit more common ground to stroll over. Down here. Over there. Over here. Now this is the bit I'm worried about. Hopefully it's that black fence and then not a garden. What we got? Okay, just a, yeah, that's fine, just a very steep bank. Okay, over we go.
I couldn't go straight down because this was basically a road, so I had to skirt left towards these fancy looking properties.
People are more likely to complain, I would say, or phone the police because they think you're robbing their house, basically.
Thankfully though, I spotted a path. But I couldn't be arsed with the brambles, so I entered ring camera range anyway, went around them and trundled off down the steps.
And then I go up there. Cross this road. Cross this road, if it is a road. And then this is not a road. It's a footpath. I hope. Yes. It's a driveway into a footpath. Morden Lane. I couldn't tell on Street View if it definitely was because all the cars were blocking the imagery, but yeah, this is not private. It's well kept, but public.
I wouldn't be able to enjoy it for long though, as it was time to hook a right into some more private land. But at least the entry was inviting.
Oh, there is actually a gate there. Do I use that? Does that lead anywhere? I'm going to try it. Oh, there is a path. For a little while at least. Strip of wasteland sort of that flanks around a construction site. These brand new flats, look. Looks like I can get round.
But the view from a little further along presented an even better idea.
There might be a way through all of that, to be fair.
Although under construction, the flats did look largely completed. It was quiet in there too, but I kept a close eye on any movement whilst descending. After all, if security were to kick me off onto a road, it would probably be mission over.
So I am sneaking. I'm going to go around the back and pop to it. Again, don't know if these are lived in. Yeah, some of them look lived in. Yeah, they are lived in, so I'm going to shut up. Just jogging. I'm just on a jog, mate. Ooh. No, that's okay. Right, now what? Ooh, you do make it easy for us, guys. Keep going round here. So far, so good. Oh, you twat. You had to say that, didn't you? That's literally open. But I'll put it back how I found it.
I'd made way more ground in here than I could have hoped for, but it seems now, with this passage blocked off, that this road was about to force me up onto this steep, brambly bank. When I reached the road though...
This isn't a road at the moment though. No question, it's just a path. If this goes all the way around, I'm buzzing. Because that's what I would have had to have skirted across. Ridiculously steep and brambly. That would have been hell in these clothes. That's a construction site, not a road. And I couldn't be happier because it's 2:20. And I'm literally 400 yards from Ed.
But I wasn't quite there yet. Between me and Ed was a much shabbier 60s tower block estate, followed by another new one. In my head, it was all just footpaths, but at this point, nothing would surprise me.
Hi! Where do I go now? Don't say this. Yeah, sod's law, there'll be something terrible now. Straight over, apparently. Somehow, I don't know if that will work. What's this drop saying? Oh, wow. Don't tell me I went to... I've had us to go in there.
But in there was a private shared allotment.
Yep, obviously. Obviously. There's a stumbling block. Let's have a look up here. Fenced off, of course. Or not. So there's some big drops here. Even if I was there, that's a big drop. That's absolutely huge, mate. Yeah, I can do that. Problem is here, we've got that railing. Oh, do I like that? I used the railing. Buzzing. Now I think we're good. Don't say that. This probably isn't such a nice area now. It can just change in London from one street to the next.
So I cracked on, through the courtyard, down the steps, over the fence, tied my shoe, kicked a ball at a bin, and clambered out of the 60s estate, over these railings and over the road.
Less than 25 metres. Commitment to the route. And there's Ed. Huzzah! Bang on half past, man.
I was expecting you to come from that way though.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was just
Again.
For the next 7 miles, on and off, Ed and I would be following the elusive Ravensbourne River upstream through Lewisham, Beckenham and Bromley, doing our best to keep the water below our waders as we venture through its many culverts and spider-strewn tunnels. If we could make it past the final tunnel at Bromley by around 7 PM, we should have a decent amount of light to smash out the remaining 6 miles of countryside trails that stretch down to my finish point in Surrey. In reality, that would turn out to be a pipe dream and the least of our worries. For now though, we were genuinely really excited to get down into the river.
Right, should we get the waders on, Ed?
Yeah. These yours? Have I got them wrong way round?
I don't think so, Ed.
Once we'd finally got our uniforms on and sufficiently refuelled ourselves thanks to this conveniently placed shop, we got into character.
Ian Dempsey, Canal and River Trust. We're just surveying the riverbed here for rare algae.
And headed for the Ravensbourne.
Why is it danger, do not enter?
Tune in to the 3rd and final episode in this series to get an answer to that question. See if I can overcome a myriad of unexpected obstacles scattered along my not-so-clever shortcut, and watch on in utter disbelief as me and my Uncle Ed get lost in the sewers of South London.
No.
Did I bite off more than I could chew this time? Or will I somehow reach Surrey with no deviations and achieve this historic feat?
That's a bit scary.
Doing?
iPhone? I'm not going in people's gardens.
If you go through it here, that's what's going to happen.
This is going to be awful. Oh no. We have got to get out of this. That's going back the way we came. We're lost in a sewage system. Oh, what?